What if everything you experience, your body, your thoughts, the world itself, is not made of stuff, but of information? Not information as data on a screen, but as the very patterning that gives rise to all form. The way raw experience is shaped into me, you, and what we call the world. So in this video, I want to explore a radical possibility that all forms are unstable, interpretive, almost like magical lies, and that awakening is seeing through this subterfuge to know yourself as the infinite behind every finite expression. When we hear the word information, just think of the word information, we often think of facts, news, or numbers. But if you look more closely, information simply means that which gives rise to form, information. Every perception you have is already informed. The play of light on your retina becomes tree, sky, friend. Vibrations in the air become compliment, insult, music. Raw sensation in the body becomes pain, pleasure, my anxiety. Nothing you experience appears as a neutral, blank thing. It always shows up already shaped by interpretation, by memory, by language, by belief, and by expectation. So in that sense, information is the invisible sculptor of your reality. Now notice something simple but profound. Every form is unstable. Your body is changing moment by moment. Sensations arise, peak, fade. Your thoughts flicker in and out of awareness. Yesterday's conviction is today's habit. Even the world out there is in constant flux. Seasons, relationships, technologies, civilizations, opinions, on and on. If you sit quietly and observe, you'll see that what you call reality is a shimmering field of changing impressions. Nothing holds still long enough to be a permanent anchor. So what you think of as a solid me is actually a moving pattern of information. Shifting moods, shifting stories, shifting roles. Form is not a stable object. It's a temporary configuration in a vast flowing field. Here's where the magical lie comes in. The nervous system and the mind perform a kind of a magical trick. They take this unstable flow of impressions and create a coherent story. This is my body. This is my personality. This is my life. This is how the world is. But every piece of that story is an interpretation. The same sensation in the chest can be labeled anxiety, excitement, spiritual opening, depending on the narrative you place around it. The same event can be failure or initiation, rejection or redirection. The forms themselves, these sensations, images and thoughts, are not lying. They're just appearing. The lie is the finality we give them. This is absolutely what is. This is who I really am. This is how it will always be. From the perspective of awakening, that's the subterfuge. The enchantment of taking relative interpretations as ultimate truth, of confusing a passing informational pattern with your deepest identity. So if all forms are unstable, interpretive, and ultimately not what they claim to be, who or what are you? Turn attention from the forms for a moment, away from bodily sensations, away from thoughts, away even from the subtle sense of me as the thinker or the observer. Notice instead the simple open awareness in which all of this arises. Every sensation, every thought, every perception appears in awareness, changes in awareness, and disappears in awareness. But awareness itself does not come and go. You don't experience being aware as an event. It is the constant background, the ever-present space in which all informational forms unfold. From this perspective, you're not any particular configuration or information. You're the infinite capacity in which all configurations appear and, of course, disappear. You are not the finite expressions of self, but the boundless field in which self and world are informed, deformed, and reformed endlessly. Awakening is this recognition, a clear, wordless knowing that what you are is prior to every story, every role, every shifting pattern. Does this mean we should reject the world as just illusion or just lies? No, not at all. When the magic trick is seen through, the show doesn't have to end. Forms continue to appear, you still play your roles, have your relationships, create your work in the world. But something has changed. You no longer demand that unstable forms give you absolute security. You no longer mistake passing interpretations for your true identity. You can meet each moment with more playfulness, compassion, and freedom. Life becomes a kind of lucid dream. The dream continues, but you know you're not limited to the characters within it. So here's the invitation. The next time a strong emotion arises or a rigid belief about who you are shows up, pause and ask, what if this too is just a passing pattern of information in awareness? What if what I truly am is infinite, awake, spacious consciousness through which all is moving, through which the whole universe is recycling and evolving in an eternal now. From that quiet, spacious knowing, a different kind of life becomes possible. One rooted not in the fear of losing forms, but in the recognition that what you are was never a form to begin with.